I just finished episode 3. Before we get started, obviously, spoiler alert. So if you don't want it ruined for you, you should probably not watch this until you watch the actual episode. There's lots to cover. Lots to cover. So we're finally in the, what I guess you'd call the meat and potatoes of the show. The stories have been pretty established. We're on the adventure. Names are starting to stay in the head. I'm starting to remember what the characters' names are. Things are settling in. Lots of bathing in this episode.
More flowers!
That was one thing I noticed. One of the things you discover in this episode is that not all the Gelflings get along.
Oh, hi!
You find out a little bit more about podlings in this episode. You also get some podling nudity. Podling butt. The Skeksis' chaotic influence continues to spread.
I won't tell you anything.
Not talk, just listen.
The Gelfling Rian is in trouble, so he escapes the Skeksis castle because he's being framed for murder at this moment. Deet and Hup, they run into a clan of Gelfling that are not excited about seeing either of them.
Hello, huh? Deet, Hup, not welcome or to be.
So one thing I noticed is when Deet and Hup stumble upon the Stonewood clan village, Rian is there trying to talk to the person in charge, basically, to tell his story. At some point, quietly in the background, I heard something. A woman Gelfling says something about her daughter being sick and there's something wrong with her eyes. And it was very faint, so I'm waiting to see if that leads somewhere.
Tell no one.
So the princess gets stuck having to do community service, basically, and she is forced to clean podlings. And she's not happy about this, and she tries to run away. She ends up running into her sister, and they have a nice little scene together. And this is something I've been waiting for. You get the Aughra scene, goes back to see the Skeksis.
I see you've been enjoying yourselves in my absence.
Aughra was basically asleep for hundreds of years, and then she just wakes up and realizes that the Skeksis have started kind of messing things up. Aughra shows up to give her peace of mind, and the Skeksis are not happy about having to listen to her, and they just toss her out. On Aughra's way out, she's talking about the crystal. She passes by the crystal, and she realizes things are not going the way that they should, and that the crystal needs to be healed.
This cannot be.
There's also a real dark scene in episode 3. There is a scene that's just disturbing on a different level. I don't have to discuss it. I don't have to ruin it, in the sense. I know I've already spoiled, we're basically talking about the plot line here, but everyone who's seen it knows what I'm talking about. And everyone that hasn't seen it, if you happen to be watching this and you just want to watch this before you see it, I'm just going to say, when you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. I heard rumors of the scene. I didn't know what it was. I just heard people that were also kind of saying stuff about it. And now I know what they were talking about, and it was just dark. The show is not holding back. And this episode ends on a cliffhanger. The princess discovers a set of secret stairs that lead underground. Overall, I thought it was a great episode. I'm curious to hear what you all think. Everything that's going on is solid, and the stories are solid, and episode 4 should be pretty interesting, because I think that episode 4, the things are going to start to get shook up in episode 4. So I'm hoping for that. Don't forget to subscribe if you're enjoying this. This is the 3rd one that I'm doing, and I am without a doubt spoiling the heck out of this one way more than I did with 2. and I didn't really spoil anything with 1. So I'm just curious how this goes over, but I want to be able to discuss it openly with everybody. I've been having a lot of fun reading the comments and stuff. So keep commenting, subscribe, and follow along with me, and let me know what you guys think. And I'll be watching episode 4 tomorrow night. It is late. It is way past my bedtime. I will be talking to you all soon. I'm going to bed. Good night.
I'm Deep, by the way.
I'm Rhea. Not scared of me.
Should I be?
Seems like every other girlfriend is.